Oh, okay, hooked up. We're going SEARUN Cutthroat fishing tonight. There's only probably an hour and a half at most until it is going to be too dark to see, and it is the outgoing tide walking down to where I'm about to start fishing right now. And I've got a lot of cool things to talk about, but for now, let's just get down there and get fishing. Good looking beach, look at this. Got the oyster shells. Perfect. Okay, so I have never been fishing to this beach before, so new water, which is always fun to explore. Just start right here, nice and shallow. Perfect SEARUN cutthroat fishing weather. Just rainy, big tidal movement, gray sky. Been drizzling off and on all day, mostly on. Seems to be good for this type of fishery. All right, and we just kind of work our way down the beach. Take a few steps. Here's my fly. Some pink, some white on the top with a little orange chenille dubbing. So high tide was a little over an hour ago. Pretty high tide, and we'll be going into a negative tide here soon. And it's just started to rain pretty good. Look at these raindrops. Not every cast is a hero cast, but if I have a bad cast, I just fish it anyways and then try to do better on the next one. Well, as you can see, daylight is fading. So I'm going to fish my way back until last light and try again tomorrow if we don't get something here in the do or die situation. And I think that's just kind of how this fishery goes in my experience. Like, sometimes you find the fish and sometimes you don't. So you kind of play the tides and play the weather and go when you can. Okay, we're on day 2 of SEARUN cutthroat fishing, but a little bit of an issue. So it's pretty intense winds. Look at the beach. Yeah, look at this. So yeah, it's not super safe and it's not going to be good fishing. So yeah, fingers crossed I'll get to go tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Here we go. Okay, third day in a row of fishing or attempting to fish like yesterday. It's super windy again today, but I'm at a totally different beach, another side of the Puget Sound, over on the Hood Canal actually. So let's give it a go. It is pretty much slack tide right now, and should be a significant tidal drop happening here in a few minutes. I think we're at like 15 or 16 feet. Gonna be dropping down into the like -1. So big outgoing tide happening very soon. All right, let's cast the line. 6-weight intermediate sinking line and a little hand tied kind of woolly bugger-esque thing. We'll see how that does. All right, we got ourselves a rocky beach here, some oyster shells here at a little boat launch. High tide. I walked over to the other side of the beach and I'm in a nice windbreak, so it's really calm over here, kind of watching the water. We've got some ducks out here. And over there is kind of where the windbreak ends. And it almost makes, I think, kind of like an eddy, like a river does over there. So I'm thinking that's going to be a really productive spot right on that border, right on that edge. But I'm just going to start my way here and work my way down there. All right, let's reel it in and see if we can find a different spot. A spot with fish, maybe. Okay, another beach. Beautiful sunset. Mount Rainier in the distance. And not as much wind here, which is awesome. Though I don't really see anything that says fish. Nothing rising or swirling, but you know, it's the last few minutes of daylight, so gotta give it a try. Oh, okay, hooked up. Yes, fish on. All right, yeah. Okay. All right, we got a fish on. Wow. Not a bad size. Let's see if we can get it to the net. Right at sunset, right at this other beach. Oh, oh, oh no, it's in between my legs. Okay, whoa, it just swam in between my legs. All right, bud. Feisty. Does not want to come to the net. Here we go, here we go, here we go. In the net, yes. Oh, that's a pretty fish. Yes, that is a pretty fish. That is a SEARUN Cutthroat. Look at that, gorgeous. Okay, I've got a new thing I got for Christmas here. This is that Fly Techie fish measuring ball. So the thing is, you kind of like have a photo of the fish with the ball, and then you don't have to measure it in the field. You can upload the photo to the app and it tells you how big the fish is. So let's give it a try. So grateful, this is awesome. Let's go ahead and get the fly out of the mouth here. SEARUN Cutthroat. Nice fish too. Guessing it's like in the 16, 17 range. All right, hook is out. Just tied this fly too, just for this day. Oh man, I'm pumped. Let's do a release. Wow, oh man, I am so happy. Look at the view here. The mountains back there, and after several different beaches and several different days, a lot of casts, I caught a SEARUN Cutthroat, and it was a gorgeous, gorgeous fish right at sunset. So thrilled, you guys. This is such a special fishery. I have to tell you, these fish can travel thousands of miles up and down the coast here, up and down the Puget Sound into the freshwater, and really there's not a ton of research on them. But I gotta tell you about the Coastal Cutthroat Coalition, because they are like pretty much the only organization that's really studying them, and I gotta give my hat off to them, because they are the ones doing the science and sharing that with the WDFW, with the public, and it's available for anybody. I really recommend folks check them out. In fact, they are having a fundraiser. They have it every year in Seattle at the Hula Hula Lounge, and that's on January 9th this year. This video is probably gonna come out like the day before that happens. So if you see this video in time, go check them out. There's tons of raffle prizes, and all of the money goes towards research for SEARUN Cutthroat Trout, which is super duper cool. And if you happen to see this video after that event, fear not, because they do it every year and you can always still learn about them anyways. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I am going to volunteer at the event, so if you're there and you see me, say hi. I would love to talk to you, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching. I'm going to do a couple more casts as the sun sets here, and until the next time, I'll see you on the next video. Happy New Year, everybody.